the Winners Lounge. It's getting so comfortable in here, man.
Let's go!
It's so comfortable.
Dude.
Don't even have to turn the lights down at night. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge.
Yeah!
Third straight for the Denver Nuggets as they get that 120-107 win against the Portland Trail Blazers. They gave us just enough drama. Just enough drama for us to have to watch all the way through, care all the way through.
Dude. I hate watching basketball.
I know. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of a lighter night or something. But you know what? Wasn't needed. Nuggets take care of business when they had to with a big third quarter and a big clutch time performance. We're presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Eric, how do we do?
I placed 5 bets, and in total, I came out down $1.
That's all right.
Because I won and lost.
I would have paid $1 for that game. Guys, we have a special guest in the house. You guys saw him on the pregame show. You see him, he's back. He's bringing the heat. It's Swipa Cam.
Yeah, man, great game, great energy, great game.
You usually start your shows with even more energy than this.
Dude.
Though.
Well,
you're lowering your energy.
But it's like you're a guest in someone else's home. You don't want to disrupt everything.
give us a
break furniture.
Yeah. No, we want that swipe.
Let's swipe.
Look, I'm telling you right now, top of the West, third straight MVP on the way. I don't know. I don't want to push the agenda too hard though.
You're pushing it. You're preaching to the choir tonight, though. You know that.
Oh yeah, no, go hard.
Go hard in the paint for the choir. And then on the far side over there, dressed in all black, it's D-Line Co.
Not all black. My jeans are blue, and my hat is
Are those
gray.
blue jeans?
Let's go! What a great game. Murray's back. Maybe. We'll find out.
Hey, we got to check the meter.
We'll find out. Porter. Porter has returned.
He has returned to the lineup. Yeah.
Don't use the word back with Porter. Everything's beautiful, isn't that?
In all seriousness, man, we look at this starting lineup: 13 points, 18 points, 29, 25, 14. Wasn't that the design? Wasn't that the design for the Denver Nuggets, that they all would be in double figures, distributed? Yes, you have your high scores, but everybody kind of gets in on the action. That's what happened tonight. Let's do a quick recap, guys. We always started off, in case you missed the show or whatever, or missed the game, you just want to listen to the show to find out what happened. First play of the game. What was the first bucket of the game? Do you guys remember?
Was it a...
This is why we do the fast recap.
Was it a Jokic?
Michael Porter Jr. for 3.
That's what it was.
That's right. Michael Porter back in the lineup.
Right away.
Is it going to take him a while to get comfortable? Nope. 3 right off the bat, drains it. I love it. That's Porter. Like, if you told me he missed 4 weeks, came back, I'd be like, yeah, he probably hit his first 3.
Right.
That's what he does. Nuggets had a good rhythm on offense, but defense... We thought, would it carry over from the Memphis game? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nuggets defense to open this game was non-existent. Reminded us of the other 29 games this season. Murray and Braun. Murray to the bench. Bruce Brown, the first sub in the game tonight. I thought that was noteworthy. We wondered what the rotations would look like. Then Bones comes in for Michael Porter. And the Nuggets get off to a 32-27 lead. Not a lot of defense, but at least you felt good that the offensive rhythm was there. This lineup is your bench lineup, it looks like. At least tonight it was. Bones Highland, Jamal Murray, the Murray-Bones backcourt. You go with Bruce Brown, so you're going to play small at the 3. And then Zeke Nnaji and Jeff Green. And by the way, Jeff Green was guarding Nurkic most of the night, so I'm going to call him the center tonight. And by the way, it had a great stint, other than the fact that it fouled a lot. Portland got into the bonus with 7 minutes left. And Damian Lillard was walking to the foul line. But that bench unit did a very good job in that first half. Opened up a lead for the Nuggets, made it so that they had a little bit of breathing room. Jokic landed on Nurkic, and I was kind of nervous. I got nervous at that point. I'm not going to lie. I was very uncomfortable for a couple seconds there. Porter really struggling on defense in that second quarter in particular. I was very concerned with him as well. And then Jokic picked up a third foul. It was 64-58 Blazers. They regained the lead going into the half. But the third quarter arrived, guys. And would you believe it? We got a Porter quarter and a Murray flurry in the exact same quarter.
AKA the perfect storm.
And by the way, Michael Porter had a Porter quarter that didn't feature a 3. He might have hit one late. I don't remember. But for most of that third quarter, he was just playing great all-around basketball. Passing, rebounding, getting assists.
Playing tough, playing strong.
Playing strong inside. It was really nice. Murray hit a 3-pointer that felt huge because that's where it transitioned from the Porter quarter to the Murray flurry. So much so that Chauncey Billups calls a timeout. Nuggets are up 10. Chauncey calls a timeout. Draws up a play. Nuggets get a stop, a big-time stop where they couldn't get anything going for like 20 seconds, ended up getting a travel, and then Jamal Murray just closed the quarter with a little flurry of his own, and it was a beautiful thing. Held Portland to just 16 points in that third quarter, 35-16, 93-80 Nuggets. Bones started bleeding, and it's an important note because he came out of this game. Bones has been the most volatile bench member, especially bench leader. Guess what? Not a lot of bones with the bench minutes in that second half tonight because he gets hurt. Zeke and Bruce with some good defensive possessions. They both played tonight, and they both made big stops down the stretch. Michael Porter Jr., though, this game was a put away. It was actually over with 6 minutes to go. Michael Porter fouled a three-point shooter in the corner. Dude, it was reviewed for a flagrant.
He didn't foul a three-point shooter. He committed a flagrant foul on a three-point shooter.
This was very nearly a 7-point foul.
Dude, the confluence of events. Swipa at our table was like, oh, look at Porter playing some defense.
Oh, man, it was.
Not only watches the three-point splash, then the flagrant. This
happened. It's true. And it's funny, man, because he was playing good defense, and then he just ran into the landing zone. Very awkward, by the way. He gets taken out of the game, though, for Bruce Brown. We're going to close with Bruce Brown on this one. I don't mind it, especially with a small Portland team. Nurkic fouls out, which I think was by design of Jokic. He always goes attacks and gets him in foul trouble.
I think it was by design of Nurkic.
It was by design of Nurkic too.
By the way, tired of playing this game.
By the way, have a nice Christmas. Have a nice Christmas, Nurk. Have a nice Christmas. Jokic goes to work, so you bring in Eubanks. They put Eubanks on him for a while. He's picking him apart. Then they're like, you know what? Why don't we try Jeremy Grant? We'll put Eubanks in the corner or something. He's too big. Nope, he's cooking him as well. Nuggets get the win 120-107. All right, Swipa, you're our guest here. Start us off. Get us cooking. What's your big takeaway?
Look, big takeaway is that in the first half, first quarter, not a lot of defense played.
No.
But the thing is that they were trying to find a rhythm. Murray back, MPJ back. The shot distribution changed completely. So how do we reintegrate these two major pieces back into our lineup? And in the first half, it was clunky. They were shooting well, they were playing well, but they couldn't get a single stop. They gave up 64 points in the first half, but Adam.
Yeah.
Second half, they gave up 43 points.
Woo!
So, again, there's a trend that we're seeing over the last few games, at least, that when they need to start playing defense, they need to start getting stops. The rotations were crisper. The communication was crisper. And that's what I want to continue to see from them. This is 3 straight games where they've been able to close the game versus Charlotte, versus Memphis, and now versus the Portland Trailblazers, who they've struggled with offensively before.
Right.
So they give up 107 tonight against a very good offensive team. It took Anthony Simons out of the game. Jeremy Grant didn't have a great game today. Damian Lillard went off, but again, that's Dame. You got to let him have it. But
and he had some tough shots. Like some of them he had to earn.
Unbelievably tough shots.
And then on top of that, Jamal Murray, third quarter turnaround, when he did not have a good first half, came out in the third quarter, set the tone, became a distributor, was scoring points, 12 points, I believe, in the third quarter. And then Michael Porter Jr. went on his own stretch where not only he was scoring, but he was facilitating as well. And without both of them, this game would have looked a lot different. So shout out to both of them for coming back, doing their jobs, and having good performances relative to what they needed tonight.
I want to stick on the defense for a little bit here. They had a 111.6 defensive rating tonight, which is good. It's actually slightly above average, and for Denver, it's like way above average for what they usually do. And by the way, as you mentioned, they got to the foul line. Portland did a lot tonight, Damian Lillard in particular, and Damian Lillard made some shots, and yet you still were able to do that. You give away 37 points in the second quarter, which was a horrible one, but yet your defensive rating at the end of the night is not that bad. So I'm with you. Their ability to play defense when needed is big.
Right.
D-line, what's your big takeaway?
I mean, what other big takeaway could there be, man? The band is back together.
I love it.
It looked a little rough in the first half at times. Porter looked unsure. Murray looked slow.
And looked really slow.
And then something at halftime. I mean, third quarter is notoriously difficult for the Denver Nuggets. They turned it on, and they turned on the afterburners in a way that we haven't seen in a very long time. Both those players, the perfect storm, as we mentioned. A Porter quarter, a Murray flurry coming together along with Nikola Jokic, like literally all you need to take you to the promised land. If all three of those players can do what they do and be at least like reasonable on defense, and like there were points in this game where they were good on defense, which is wild to say.
Right.
I mean, with those two guys that can be, a little bit of a liability. And we've been waiting how long? I mean, our existence as Denver Nuggets fans over the past year, 2 years, 3 years has just been like a game of waiting, and imagining oh my God, what could be if we could just get these guys in the court at the same time. And when it starts to work, you're like, yes, like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
We lived through purgatory, and here it is.
Yeah. And here we are. I love, first of all, that you say, how could you have any other takeaway? And Swipa had a different takeaway.
Well, that's not. He started
Who
off.
could possibly have anything else?
He started off with the same takeaway. It's the only takeaway. The rest of it was just window dressing, dude.
You know what, though? I mean, to your point, it did take him a half to get going. It took them both guys. Murray, you're right. We were talking about he had cement bricks on his feet. Although I will say, Murray has looked this way for a while, where he's just looked like he's dragging. But his assists have been up. And I honestly think that there has been a shift in his mentality. He is a better scorer than he is a facilitator. But I feel like with these cement bricks on his feet that he's had the last couple of weeks.
You talking about New Balance?
No, I'm not talking about Man, that's cold. We're taking the stock as we speak. No, but there has been like... I do feel like he's like moving the scales appropriately.
Yeah.
Right now I'm a facilitator.
Yep.
Oh, I got it going. Now I'm a scorer, and he's kind of hitting that stride well. But both of those guys, to your point, it didn't take a full game. It took a half game. They feel back, and you feel like those two in particular have momentum now going into what will be a huge matchup on Sunday on Christmas Day.
A key thing about today is they were taking advantage of a lot of disadvantages in the defense for Portland tonight.
Yep.
Murray was attacking, but he was attacking not necessarily looking to score, which he did very well in the second half.
Yeah.
But he was creating opportunities for his team. And I think that's probably been the best thing about Murray's development this year so far. He's averaging a career high in assists, but his ability to get the ball to other people and make sure that the offense is flowing, even though he gets into the offense too slow at times, he's made a leap when it comes to that this season. So he looked really good tonight. And again, he was punishing smaller matchups as well. So again, when he had somebody small on him, he was taking him to the post, but he wasn't holding on to the ball a lot. Now he did have some possession where he dribbling too much, but really, really good game, especially the second half from Jamal Murray. I really was impressed with his performance.
So wait
tonight.
a minute. Is it time to check the graphic?
Is he back?
We don't know. Let's
Is
find
Jamal
out.
Murray back? Oh my gosh, Kale, do you have a graphic?
Is Jamal Murray back-o-meter? Let's check it.
Okay, let's find out.
Let's
Man,
find
this is
out.
tough. Calibrate it.
He's back!
He's back! Jamal Murray's back. Holy
Dude, he's
shit.
so back.
At least right now he's back.
Listen, that's where the back-o-meter is here.
That's the back
Swings
meter.
back and forth. He's currently back. Let's go.
in all sincerity, he was a plus 20 tonight, by far the highest on nobody else was in double figure. Actually, that's not true. AG was a plus 10. He was a plus 20. And listen to this line, guys. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists. Outside of the monster scoring games for Jamal Murray, this is up there. I mean, like, he doesn't have these well-rounded, near triple. He's never had a triple-double, two rebounds shy of a triple-double. This is like a 98th percentile Jamal Murray game, and usually those games are 40-point games.
Right. And I wouldn't say it felt like it either.
I agree, actually.
That's
king of the
because
game,
he's
dude.
still king of the game.
Yeah, DraftKings king of the game.
Jamal Murray.
Look how big of a
Jamal,
crown
dude.
he gets. Murray, he never gives Jokic a big crown. You notice that? He always gives Jokic like a yarmulke.
A yarmulke.
DraftKings.
But just think about that. 25 points and 12 assists. That's over 40 points created from Jamal Murray tonight.
Right.
That was just excellent. So, and again, it was funny because I think many people, I was definitely frustrated in the first half with how he was playing. It was a lot of over dribbling, a lot of trying to compensate. He couldn't get by guys. But then again, something changed. Something changed in the second half, and especially in the third quarter. And he just started ripping it. And then by that point in time, you know how it works. When Jamal Murray starts seeing layups go in, it's over. At that point, he started making three-pointers, step back three-pointers. It was a wrap. It was a wrap.
The last 3 he hit, Eric, was one of those ones where you're like, oh, yeah.
To me, it was the first 3 that he hit where I was like, oh, he might be back.
He might be back.
He might be back.
You were trying to check the meter?
I was checking the meter, dude. It was swinging wildly. It was like a compass in a magnetic field, all back and forth. But then, the confidence that imbued him with, like, then he started driving the lane. Then he started to make those like patented, like, twisting, contorting layups that Jamal Murray makes. That one shot where he was falling to the ground, it bounced on the rim for like 5 minutes before it fell in, before it became an and one. Like, beautiful, beautiful. Like, the confidence you feel as a fan when Jamal Murray is also feeling like his confidence is our confidence. I feel like when he's feeling good, like I'm feeling good, you know? And like,
I mean, there is something too, like Yoke's good every game. I mean, he really is. He's had like 4 bad games in the last 4 years. He's good every night. Nuggets win some, they lose some. They win a lot, but they lose some as well. When you get that second guy, it just, you feel your confidence goes through the roof for the Nuggets as a team. And then when you get a third guy with him and Michael Porter for that stretch tonight, you're like, oh yeah, that's the best team in the NBA.
How comfortable tonight with Michael Malone with him? 39 minutes for Jamal Murray.
This is, man, I didn't realize that. Here's the thing, though, about that Swipa. He was, looking tired the last couple of games. They give him one game off and immediately run him at 39. But I will say two things about Murray. One, this does show you how hard it is coming back, not just from the injury, but getting back into the rhythm of NBA and all the games you have to play, because he gets a little rest and then he looks great. But he also, tonight, as good as he was, he had no shake to him.
Right.
He didn't get by. He scored all these points without ever beating anybody off the dribble.
Yeah.
And that's the last piece of this puzzle for me.
Yep.
We joke about the is he back a meter? He's not, because it's not until, well, I mean, maybe it lied to us. It's not until I see him shaking guys off the dribble and getting to the rim that I'll be like, oh, there it is.
But even his just overall explosion, like his explosion at the rim, his explosion getting by people, I don't know if it might be a confidence thing at this point in time. He's still working his way back mentally to be fully ready to take that kind of step. Because, again, he was even switched out on bigs today.
Yeah.
And the same burst that you would expect from Jamal, it wasn't there consistently. It happened at different points in time. But a lot of times what he would do, he would try to get by somebody, get even with him, and then he would back out for a shot or something, or giving the ball to somebody else. So I just think that it's going to take a little bit more time, maybe even to January or February until he's fully ready. But even with that, it's seeming he's modified his game, because he's facilitating at a much higher level than he ever has.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You saw that, like, the slow, the what did you say? The concrete block foot effect on defense. You saw that a lot. Like, guys are just kind of running around him on the defensive end. Like, but I don't know. There's just something about, like, that. You're right. Like, we just need to see the athleticism come back, which we did. We saw the other components, but not the explosiveness, not the quickness. But you just feel like he's a young guy. He's an elite athlete. There are all of these things like that aren't going to be taken away from him. It's just a matter of, like, going through the process and becoming fully rehabilitated and, like, getting that NBA level, in shape back for him. And it's just going to take time. But, like,
I hope it doesn't take too much. It's going to take time. I understand, but I hope it doesn't take too much time, Eric. Like, honestly,
yeah, no kidding.
Because there is this thing where we did talk about, when will he start to look like the old Jamal, and we all said Christmas most likely. I mean, we're at Christmas now, and he's playing well in other ways.
Back.
Right.
And he's back. But I still feel like he's far from that elite shape. And
you're right.
The thing is, it's a double-edged sword. I want to see him with more shake. And when a guy is coming back from injury, you're always worried, is that part of it ever coming back? Is he ever going to get there?
Right.
Zach LaVine used to be the most athletic guy in the NBA. Still athletic,
Still
right?
is.
Well, I don't know if he's the most, though. Like, at the time, he was the 100th percentile.
Right.
But here's the thing. I do think Jamal has gotten craftier, and he was already a crafty player, but I feel like he has already, like, he is a more mature player than he was last time we saw him. You mentioned the assists, a career high already. The rebounds, Michael Malone has challenged him to get there. He gets 8 tonight. I do feel like there is a leveled up Jamal that he will reach a higher peak than ever if he can just get that shake back that we saw in the bubble and we saw when he put 50 points up on Cleveland without any free throws.
Adam, do you think that for him, because I think to your point, I think over the last year and a half as he's been sitting, I think he's been growing mentally as a player. But do you think that
be a good question for him?
His body that has to catch up where he is mentally?
Yes. Yeah, I think there's no question about it. I mean, tonight, what's actually encouraging about it is sometimes when guys aren't fully back, they don't even try to take you off the dribble. Right. He kept trying tonight, and he just wasn't quick enough to get by guy. There was a lot of like, oh man, it usually works, but I'm just too slow right now.
And then he has to do like some absurd like twisting, turning, fall away or fade away that just wouldn't work.
Still 9 of 17, though, even with all of those. We do have Brennan Vogt ready, but before we get him live from Ball Arena, why don't we get into a little ad break? You're doing these
hell
today, right?
yeah, dude.
You said you're doing them, right, Eric?
Yeah. No, I did not. That's
you
absolutely
said you wanted
not
to
the
talk
case.
about the Game Time app because Christmas Day is here.
Sure, I'd love to talk about the Game Time.
I thought that's what you were telling me earlier.
Well, do you actually want me to? Listen,
I'd love if you talked about the Game Time
Time
app.
is our favorite Game Time ticket partner, dude. That makes no more sense for procrastinating people like myself, like I'm sure everybody in our audience, a bunch of slackers, to not plan ahead, but to still benefit from their lack of planning. You can check the Game Time app right before Game Time on most sporting events, all sporting events, and get ridiculously low prices.
It's actually smart. You know what you can do right now, Eric? There's probably people watching this very show that are like, oh, crap. I didn't get a gift for my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah, yeah.
You know what you do? Hop on Game Time app right now, buy some Nuggets tickets for
Yes.
like $12.
Yeah, don't show them the receipt. Don't show them the price. Just show them the ticket. Like,
yeah, they're gonna be like, wow, you found tickets to the Nuggets game on a Tuesday in
$4?
February? Like, wow.
there's offensively low. I mean, honestly,
really
it makes
are.
me feel like upset at how low the ticket prices
So
get
true.
as a former season ticket holder. But the thing is you can check the link that's in the YouTube description or in this podcast description. If you click that, lets the Game Time people know that we gave them a little bit of love. It helps us out, and you get, again, ridiculously low price tickets to any event.
We'll also tell you guys about DraftKings Sportsbook. You guys know them, America's top-rated sportsbook app, and they've got the Christmas deal. These deals are all the same, but like slightly different. They tweak them, but they're filling in the Christmas spirit right now. The official sports betting partner of the NBA give you this deal: $5 if you're a new customer, but $5 on the pregame money line of any NBA game on Christmas Day. And you get $150 in free bets if they win. Who is the biggest lock? I'd say Philadelphia might be the
I'd say
biggest
Denver
lock. Although
versus
the
the
Knicks have
Suns.
won like 7 of 8. Denver versus the Suns. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man.
Well, all I know is that Suns are trash and Denver's incredible.
Boston,
Might be
Milwaukee.
Memphis versus
No, it's Memphis.
Yeah,
It's Memphis.
easily.
Memphis is the biggest lock. That's a good call. No Curry. What a
Yeah.
bummer, man. What a bummer that game turned out to be. I wish the NBA could flex Christmas. You could flex Zion versus Brooklyn or something in. They also got the same game parlays. How did our same game parlay? Did we hit that one tonight?
Let's keep on moving.
Let's keep it moving here. And also, Maryland sports fans, DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in your state. So download the app now. Use promo code DNVR whenever you sign up and place that $5 bets free pregame on a money line. You win $150 in free bets if they win. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. All right, let's go live to Ball Arena. Let's bring in one Brendan Vogt, who somehow got done with media in like 30 seconds. No questions must have been asked
Yeah,
of
did
Michael
you
Malone.
actually? Are you just going to tell us what you thought, or did you actually talk to some of the players?
About what? What
Just
happened?
you just
Oh, the
came on
game.
so quickly.
Oh, the game. Sorry, I was watching the Celtics game on my phone. But I did talk to him. Really, really good mood for Michael Malone tonight, guys. Unsurprisingly, I gotta say, great night in the building. Good vibes. Whenever the players put something worth cheering on forth, the crowd immediately responded. It just had a good. I mean, what's better for the vibes than shopping on Portland? You know what I mean?
It's so true,
what a
man. What a treat. You're right. There's only like 3 or 4 teams I'd rather beat. They're up there.
And right now, it just feels like every time I look at the schedule and I see Portland, I'm like, oh, yeah. Anyway, you can feel that in the building tonight. The energy was really, really good. And look, the starting lineup was back. And Michael Malone talked about that after the game. He said the whole starting lineup was just terrific. I'm really proud of our guys for handling our business and not just coming out tonight and expecting to win, but going out and winning that game. On having Michael Porter Jr. back, he said it was great to have him back. They kept him right around his minutes restriction tonight, which they had set at 26. He logged 27. Did not close the. Are we taking bets on if Malone is lying about that because that's just how it worked out? I'm not sure. But,
1,000%.
But you could argue, there's your quote, so Porter didn't close this game. Did it have to do with the minutes restriction, which he mentioned pregame? Maybe. Maybe he would have closed with Bruce either way. All the same, Porter plays 27 minutes tonight, and he thought he looked great. Mentioned him diving on the floor again, just talked about the effort Porter was giving defensively, the rebounds. I thought Porter had a great third quarter, guys.
Hell yeah.
He just said, I just get so excited when all 5 guys are locked in. It was great to have our starters back.
Michael Malone said that.
Michael Malone said that.
Wow.
Yep. So it was effusive praise for the starting lineup playing as a cohesive unit tonight, and Porter being a big part of that. And then he acknowledged the elephant in the room, what you kind of have to acknowledge. Christian Braun starts in the best game of the year. He does not play tonight. And Michael Malone said, look, I told him before the game, like, you started for us. You were great in that game. Michael's back, and we have a lot of guys. There's only going to be minutes for so many guys. I told him ahead of time tonight, you're not going to play. That doesn't mean I'm not going to turn to you. Don't lose confidence. That doesn't mean we don't need you. There's just a lot of guys. And I think, I'm sure you guys have talked about it. It's sneaky, as good as Christian Braun was in that Memphis game. There is something, too, when Porter's back, it's sneaky hard to find those minutes. And maybe the real solution is these guys just play well enough that KCP and Bruce But all the same, Malone at least acknowledged that tonight. So for anyone wondering, there was your acknowledgement. And he talked about Jamal Murray. And he said, I've been on him about not just scoring. So you get to be an NBA All-Star when you're putting all the elements of your game together. And he referenced tonight that, Jamal's playmaking has been sneaky good lately. He liked the effort on the rebounds. And then he shouted out the defense. Someone's got to send Chauncey Billups a memo. Jeremy Grant posting up Jamal Murray. These are my words, not Malone's. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. But so Malone shouted out Jamal's defense and just thought he played a really good game tonight. I thought he did too. I know the first half wasn't awesome, but his playmaking was good, his defense was good, and more importantly, we kind of talked about a seeming lack of joy to Murray's game lately. It was joyful tonight. I thought I could see that in person from the jump. So I liked his energy, and obviously he hit some shots in the second half. Bones is okay. Thinks he just got hit in the face. He says the medical staff told him he was cleared, and then he looked down the bench and saw Bones with watery eyes, possibly seeing stars. Opted not to put him back in. But
he got hit in the nose, I feel. It was the nose, yeah?
I think it was, yeah. Malone said, I haven't talked to the staff. I think it was his face. He said Bones got banged up, Jeff got banged up, but he thinks everyone is okay. Jeff was grabbing at that left, I don't know if it was a thumb, so I'm grabbing at the left hand a little bit. Zeke Nnaji. He just likes the switchability with Zeke on the floor, and I'm glad he pointed this out. It's not a great Zeke night in the box score again, but Malone shouted out some good possessions defensively where he switched onto Anthony Simons and did a good job. I had that in my notes as well. So I think with Zeke, guys, it's more about what it allows the team to try differently than it is he's so good at X, Y, Z, because he hasn't been great in a vacuum. But it gives Denver different looks on each side of the floor. That second unit kind of more spacing on one end, more switchability on the other, and I think there's value there. So it was good to see Zeke play again tonight, and ultimately just a vibey night in Ball Arena, fellas.
Hell yeah, I love that, man.
Hell yeah.
It really was a vibey night.
It was.
And I feel like it was a good win. This feels to me like a tune-up for the Sunday matchup. Don't you, Phil?
I think it's a great win. Someone replied to me with a really good comment tonight, and they said, the Memphis game was fun, but that felt more like a Nuggets fever dream. We couldn't score. We're starting an all lineup, and we play defense we've never played before. Tonight, the defense is good, not exceptional, but good, and the offense is more closer to unstoppable. And to me, 120 to 107, this is what a good Denver effort
I
looks
agree.
like. And so there's something about this that feels replicable, exciting, a step in the right direction. And, the real solution here is that Porter stays on the floor. He plays well. KCP and Bruce Brown can be guards. They can play hard at the right position. And I think Denver's got something. We'll see what they do with it.
I love it. Good stuff from the arena. Get home safely, Vogt, and Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah, Merry Christmas,
Merry
Vogt.
Christmas, brother.
Happy holidays. I might be coming over to you guys. My family wants to see the bar. So
We're not going to wait around.
All right, we'll see you over here then. I like his point though here about the last win did feel like an incredible one, and this one felt like a run of the meal. Like this is how you're supposed to win. It's not always going to be pretty.
Well, this is the way that they designed the team.
Yeah, right.
These are the players that they designed the team to actually. This is like the way that they want them to play. Right. I mean, like everything. The last game was like a patchwork collection of lineups, players. We were just plumbing the depths of our depth and, getting a lot of success from it. But yeah, right. It's like it's not the formula for the Denver Nuggets' ultimate success. This is our players. This is exactly what we want to see happen. It was great.
And you know who hasn't gotten a single mention tonight is Aaron Gordon.
God damn it.
Aaron Gordon tonight had 13, 6, and 1, only took 9 shots. And he shot 66% from the field. So I think this goes back to it is that when the Nuggets are rolling, Jokic, who we haven't talked about yet, had a great game. Murray steps in, does his job. Michael Porter Jr. comes in with a great 18 points, great third quarter stretch. And then AG's been the Nuggets' second best player this entire season. But because of the way what Murray was playing and PJ was playing, he became a fourth option.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happens. Like, now what do you do with the Denver Nuggets when they're fully healthy? Because there's no way you can guard all of them at once. So it's picking your spots, finding good shots, and then locking in on defense when you need to. The end of the second quarter, in the third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter like they did today, and you give up 43 points, and you score 120. So Yeah, it's just all around a good game. And this is the game that you build your roster, as Eric said, to do.
Isn't that what we predicted pregame? Aaron Gordon, the points maybe just aren't quite there.
I mean, I picked him to get points specifically. I put it in my regular pick and in my.
He went 6 of 9, which just shows you, like, I mean, I do feel like Gordon is one of the best in the NBA at being willing to be 6 of 9.
Right.
A lot of guys of his caliber, 9 shots is like a problem. Like for him, he just does what he has to do, fits in where he has to fit in. But let's get to Porter now. We have to talk about him. He goes 7 of 13 from the field tonight, 2 of 6. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. He was a +1 tonight. I thought defensively he looked atrocious in the first half.
Yeah.
But in that second half, he started just making plays, which I feel like is kind of his job on this team. I know a lot of people would love to see Denver run more plays, give him the ball, this or that. Maybe that comes if he can string together, again, 20, 30 games in a row at some point this season. But until then, I do feel make the shots and then make things happen with just your talent. I thought he did a very good job in that second half tonight and an encouraging job.
Yeah, he I mean, he started off slow, right? Like he came, which you expect out of a player that had been gone for, what did he miss, 13 games?
Yeah.
And what was like, was that like 2 actual months? Like how long was it in real time? Like he actually, I mean, the fact that he made that 3-pointer coming right out of the gate was like, oh man, is this going to be like, he's not going to miss a step. But then it was like, oh, okay, no, like you can't just come right back in and be exactly who you were at your apex. But he kind of was that in the second half. Like it really took him just one half of basketball.
Right.
Like he looked really clunky. He looked slow. His rotations were off. His defense was bad. And then in the second half, like he was just like good. He was just like solid, if not spectacular at times. Like diving for the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Like who is this? And like there was a moment where he was driving the lane and it looked like he was just going to make his a pretty like innocuous, like sort of surrendered pass off to somebody, but instead he made like a very like strong spin move and actually continued his progress to the basket, got fouled, and it was like, oh man, like Porter's on one right now.
Right.
It was awesome to see, man. The more and more we can get, like the Denver Nuggets are going to start leaving people in the dust here.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's the thing about him, man. Like he even attacked the rim today. And I think you can always tell
this point.
Where Porter is physically and where he trusts his body by him getting on the ground and when he attacks the rim. Because, Adam, you have brought up many times this year that he only has 3 or 4 dunks this year, which, based on his shot profile, historically, that's just very different. But I think the fact that he was attacking the rim and getting foul calls at the rim, it also shows you. And then he got offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
And putting shots back up. So,
What is this?
Right. Porter was doing all of the other things, and he has made a commitment this year that I'm going to do all the other things as best as I can, even though he's going to make mistakes, which he did. But that's how you become a winning player. And I think he wants to commit to being a winning player, and that's the winning formula. You may not be Jokic, and some nights it might be you, some nights it's going to be Jamal Murray.
Right.
But at the end of the day, tonight when the team needed you, because they were down in the third quarter, and then you took over, and then you were even making passes down the court and finding a wide open Contavious Caldwell-Pope for an open 3-pointer.
Yep.
So you did all the right things, Michael Porter Jr. So I was really impressed with his second half today all around.
Yeah. The Nuggets had 31 assists tonight. Mm-hmm. And this is the 12th time this season they've had 31 or more assists, which is, kind of the one of the benchmarks where did they have a good game. By the way, they are now 13-1. Or no, I said 12 games, 11-1. They only have 1 loss. It was against Atlanta, that weird Atlanta game. That was the only game they've lost when they get 31 or more assists. That tells you the ball's popping. When we talked about that equal opportunity scoring tonight, how everybody kind of got in on the action. I mean, this is how you would design it up. Mm-hmm. Is the leading scorer Jokic? Yes, most of the time. Is the second leading scorer Murray? Yes, most of the time. Is the third leading scorer Michael Porter? Yes, most of the time. And then is it pretty even between KCP and AG? Yes, 13, 14 points. So this was, I guess, in many ways, a textbook.
Yeah, this was the on-paper game.
On paper?
Yes.
This is what the Nuggets are, on paper?
This is the on-paper Nuggets, man.
Let's talk about Christian Braun. You heard he didn't play. He played his best game of the year last year. Denver played the best defensive game. You heard what Brendan said, it's hard, there's so many guys. Is there any point, though, Swipa? Is there anything to like, hey, yeah, but he's good. He should be playing.
Yeah, I do think that he should. I think the issue is where does he play with everybody's healthy? Because you don't want to take Jeff Green out. You got to play Bruce Brown, and Bones Highland's going to play. So at that point, then you're making a decision. Okay, so is Jeff Green, if he's playing the 4, then what do you do about Zeke Nnaji? And then you got to make a decision about how you're staggering. So I do think, though, that I don't think that I want Jamal Murray playing 39 minutes every night. So maybe some of those minutes are where some of those minutes come from for Christian Braun. But it's just kind of clogged because, again, they are a very deep team. But it's funny, it doesn't feel like a deep team because we've seen how the bench is played.
Right.
But if you got staggering with Murray, you're staggering with Porter, you're staggering with KCP, and then you're staggering with Aaron Gordon, it's just going to be really hard to find those minutes. I do, though, think that it's going to be matchup dependent for them.
Yep.
Because sometimes you're going to need a 6'6" wing who's willing to do everything and play scrappy defense at all times. So, he's a rookie. This is kind of how things go for rookies. Even last year, Bones didn't play every game early on. So it took him 50-something games to get in a consistent rotation. So, we'll have to find out. I think Christian's a really good player, but it's kind of the name of the game in the NBA.
I don't know if you're always going to a 9-man rotation. I do think 9 is easier than 10. Just like for a coach, you find the minutes you want. I do want to see him play, though. And tonight, look, you went with Zeke Nnaji. He gave you 12 minutes, and I thought he did a good job. But I'm uncomfortable with this idea of Christian Braun being out of the rotation.
Which is hilarious because we just beat down the Blazers.
The Blazers, yeah.
Right.
But this is when we get to the point where we can pick and choose what the victories look like.
That's so true.
That's basketball nirvana. I would have preferred. Yeah, right.
Preferred a little different.
It's hard to complain about anything. We can do it. We have been doing it.
Yeah.
But coming into the season, I was saying, it's if we get to a place where we are reliant on Christian Braun, that's a bad thing. Things have gone terribly wrong at that point.
Or he's been incredible. Zeke Nnaji did play 12 minutes. He played in each half tonight. He was a +5. The stat line's not impressive. 3 points, 1 rebound, nothing else. It's never going to be that impressive with him. But I thought he had some phenomenal defensive possessions tonight. And on a variety of players, not just inside or this or that. He switched out. Right. And I thought he showed and used his body, moved his feet, and met Dame with his chest and this or that. The play where he sort of stopped Dame, was it Dame or Simons, and then Bruce Brown came in for the block. That was a great 2-person defense, one to stop him and one to make the big play. So despite the numbers, I actually thought this was a very good outing for Zeke.
This is what he does. And this is why he should be playing. And I think a lot of this comes down to he is not the same interior presence that DeAndre Jordan is. But I think for the Denver Nuggets, and you all tell me I'm wrong. Both of you are phenomenal experts. I'm just here.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if what DJ does is more important right now for what the Denver Nuggets need than Zeke Nnaji.
Right.
Because having a switchable 6'11" player that can move on guards, on wings, and he can rebound at a fairly decent level, not a great level, but somebody that you're able to do that with, and offensively, he's a good shooter. Now, he didn't shoot the ball a lot today, but if you need somebody to do a pick and pop,
he shoot
there.
Once. Was he one? Yeah, he was 1 for 1. Him and Jeff Green combined for 2 for 2.
But do you know what that shot was?
What was it?
He caught a oop. That's right. This is the first time I've seen Zeke Nnaji catch an alley-oop.
That's right.
So if he can fit into that role, great. But I thought the thing that I miss most is that, and again, this is different when Jokic in the game, because Jokic got beat a couple times on some of those traps where Dame literally would kind of split it, then he would get to the rim. And then Dame tried that on Zeke, I think 3 different times, and it never worked.
Right.
Because he stayed in front. That's a valuable asset in the NBA as a whole for a big.
He had a 76.9 defensive rating tonight. Now, defensive rating in 12 minutes, it really lies to you because Dame hits 1 other 3, it raises it a lot. But nonetheless, it just shows you that tonight when he was on the court, the Blazers didn't score. That unit in particular, Jeff Green also there at 97. Jamal Murray at 96 tonight, while he was on the court, a lot of those with that bench unit. So the bench defended tonight. And even Bones, one of the knocks is, can you be a good defense, with Bones on the court? Tonight, he's a 103 defensive rating. Yeah. He was part of that group. Now, I'm not saying it was because of him, but he didn't screw it up. Right. And that's an important thing.
Man, this is a lot of this is just really goes to roster construction. The Nuggets have, and the question of DeAndre Jordan versus Zeke, it really can be matchup dependent. There are times when you need to have another huge body in the paint and bang against them. Tonight wasn't one of those nights. But also, when talking about Christian Braun, talking about all of these guys, there are reasonable arguments for every player on the Denver Nuggets to get minutes, which is the greatest position you can be in. And the war of attrition that is an NBA season, all of these guys' numbers are going to be called at a certain point. When it comes down to it, the greatest thing is that we have a lineup. We have the lineup. And now it's just like, how can we negotiate and navigate rather the rest of the season with all of these players that are, great in certain situations? It's just like the perfect spot to be in.
Eric, the Nuggets shot 58% from the field today, and they shot 48% from three.
It's reasonable.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if everyone's available, what do you do? You
What
have
do you
to
do?
pick your poison. Because and then you saw what happened. We still haven't. I'm about to walk off set. We have not talked about Jokic yet for some reason. We've been talking all this.
We'll
stuff
see you
about
later,
this
Swipa.
I swear to God, this happens all the time.
So this
Was
is
he all right tonight?
The Serbians fucking hate us right now.
Like, we stayed up all night. Go cook. I want to eat cook.
No. So this is what I mean. Like, when Jokic was in the game and playing, when they tried to double him, it was pick your poison
joke.
party.
Yeah.
Because they started trying to double one man away. Adam, I'm screaming at you across the table. Why are you doing
It was
this?
really uncomfortable.
It was
by
very
the way.
uncomfortable. I apologize for this, everyone. But the idea that you would double him one away, and Aaron Gordon is sitting right at the rim, eating Jeremy Grant alive, and then eating Josh Hart alive. And then on top of that, if you double off the top, well, KCP is sitting right there. And then Jamal Murray in his two-man game, like, when Jokic has a host of offensive players that can shoot the ball around him, or dominant interior players like AG, there is literally nothing you can do. And again, they're not a great defense in Portland, but they have played good defense at times, and they had no answer for anything they did today.
Right. Before we go to break, our final break here, we do have 16, 17 super chats on the other side, so we got a lot to get to.
Jeez.
Eric, you need to give a DraftKings Sportsbook's pick of the week, and it's obviously going to be for the Christmas Day game, and I'm going to limit you to just the Nuggets versus the Suns game. The line is -3.5 for the Nuggets.
Wait, are you saying that I can't pick the Broncos game?
Do you want to pick the Broncos game? Is that what you want? Do you want to take that one? Is that the game?
Well, it turns out I've been limited. So
You've been limited.
All right.
-3.5, and you have -175 on the money line.
Oh, I'm absolutely taking the Denver Nuggets. Let's go money line. Whatever the best odds are.
-175.
That's the money line?
Yeah, they're
What-
3.5
what are the
point
points?
favorites. 3.5.
What are the? Is it -175 for the points?
-110 for point. I mean,
I'm taking the points.
You're taking the points.
Yes.
Do you really see that as a comfortable Nuggets win?
I listen. The Phoenix Suns are currently down 30 points to the Memphis
They
Grizzlies.
haven't been playing well either.
They have not been playing well. They're in absolute shambles.
God, I would love this.
There's a lot of infighting. They're talking about Monty Williams being a problem. They're talking about DeAndre Jordan DeAndre Ayton being.
Oh, that sounds
and
great.
They're even talking about DeAndre Jordan
Are they
being a
so
problem.
upset with each other? They're mad at DeAndre Jordan too? Wow.
It's the most beautiful confluence of events. I'm absolutely hoping to profit off of it. Yes, that's what I'm taking.
All right, that's the DraftKings Sportsbook's pick of the week. You heard it here. Christmas is going to be a good one. Real quick, want to tell you guys about Pins and Aces. This is another one of those great holiday gift ideas. Probably won't get in time if you order it now, but you know what? Why not? Buy it for New Year's. Buy it for the next upcoming golf season. Pins and Aces, the official golf apparel partner of DNVR. We love their gear. Spence wears it every single day. Our golf pro, our resident golf pro.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Wears it every single day. By the way, we have a golf tournament coming up in Arizona in the new year. So if you're in Arizona,
Oh yeah,
You could go
if
there
you're in
and
Arizona,
stunt
you-
on 'em.
You're not watching this show,
no, I'm saying, no, we have fans all over the world.
do you?
Yeah.
If there's one person from Arizona, please put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments right now. Let us know. I am from Arizona, and I'm curious about your golf tournament, sir. But they make amazing polos, hats, golf bags, and even our favorite beer sleeve. It's an innovative. It's my
Fernando
favorite
Parra
sentence in all of this.
dunked on
An
me so hard.
Did he really? Hell yeah.
Immediately. He's in Arizona.
I'm in Arizona watching
Son
the
of
show,
a
so
bitch.
piss off.
Can we block him, Kale?
This great thing, innovative product that allows you to store 7 beers right in your golf bag. Check out pinsandaces.com. Use promo code DNVR to receive 15% off your first order and get free shipping. That's pinsandaces.com. Also want to tell you guys about Athletic Greens. You guys, you have family coming over for the holidays. You're probably going to eat some big meals, I would say.
I would say.
And you might even want to show off your fingernails to your friends and family.
I show off my fingernails every time I see my mother. The first thing we do.
You guys know them. It's a product that we use every single day. You got all these different vitamins. If you wanted to get every vitamin that is recommended for you, you're going to be eating like 50 vitamins. It's going to take you all day. It's a full meal of just vitamins.
Yeah, just like clear your schedule at that point.
Or you could just start your day with a little Athletic Greens. They either come in the pouch if you get the ones on the go, or you have the little thing with a little scoop. Put 1 scoop in a glass of cold water, 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. It's that special blend of ingredients for your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy. By the way, everybody's getting sick right now.
Not me.
Well, you're not getting sick right now, and you have great fingernails. I'm telling you right now, it is a season where I talk to everyone. Everybody's sick. Start your day off. Give yourself that little vitamin boost, that immune system boost.
Most of your immune health happens in your gut, to be real.
Mm-hmm. So check it out. Visit athleticgreens.com/nuggets. That's athleticgreens.com/nuggets. All right, guys, we got a lot of love from everybody in the chat today. I'm guessing it's for everybody's excited about Swipa being here. Maybe they're just excited about the Nuggets. Who wants to read these off? Eric, do you want to use your good eyesight?
I don't have good eyesight. I formerly did.
All right, let me lean way the F.
Well, I can read it on my screen if we just give it a second to
Rich says, Swipa on the show makes an all-star cast. Love the passion. The band is back together, so let's make our run. Go
Nugs, dude.
I told you, a little love for Swipa in the chat.
I love y'all too, man.
Do we have to split that with Swipa?
Nah, we have to split.
$9.99.
To be clear, all money goes to DNVR. All money is good.
Wait a minute. We talked before the show, though.
Yeah, we talked. Rich says, every time Nurkic comes to Denver, he gets to relive losing his starting spot. Christmas nightmare.
Is that why he found out?
It must have been like, that's what it feels like. Go back to the bench.
It just couldn't happen to a worse guy. You know what I mean?
Do you think when he fouled out, we didn't see him again. Do you think he left the arena?
I think he's halfway back to Portland right now.
Halfway back to Portland. What else we got here? Alex says, shout out my brother Cass, who's driving home for holidays and pulled over to watch the Nugs W. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's big time right there.
I love that.
You're driving home for the holidays, you
I
stop
hope
so
he
you
was
watch
just
the
like
game.
on his phone, too.
Yeah.
Like, not even
He's a new Nuggets fan and loves DNVR. Go Nugs and bro hugs.
Hell yeah,
That's an A+ super chat right there.
Cass Epstein.
Hell yeah. What else we got? Ben says, KCP defense, I'm all in. He left it all on the floor and was exhausted as he ended the game at the end of the game. Let's go. Kill the Suns now. Yeah, let's kill the Suns, man.
I love
kill
defense today.
I love a super chat with a menacing aura.
You did turn to me, though, at one point in this game, and you're just like, God damn, KCP is so perfect.
Dude, he's a killer, man. He's a stone cold killer. I mean, we should have known that because he stone cold killed us.
Yeah, he did.
In the playoffs. It's so dope to be on the other side of that coin. Like, the way he steps into three-pointers, the way he's just like...
Great in transition.
Everywhere where he needs to be on defense, he is the absolute perfect addition to the Denver Nuggets.
You know what else he is, Swipa? Low maintenance.
Very.
You know what I mean? Like, you never hear him complain. Like, tonight he had about 14 points. It wasn't like he was featured. He never cares, man. He seems to just fit in. He's good.
He knows his job. His job is to get over screens, attack DHO, attack closeouts, hit three-pointers, work in transition, and he makes everyone else look good. He looks really great.
Matt Cleaning says, so I have headphones and I normally go DNVR, then Swipa after every game. And Swipa starts talking on DNVR. I got confused. You guys are awesome. I like that. He's like, hold on, am I on the wrong show here? Wait up a bit. What else we got? Sean says, Mike talking and making a three to start the game, or taking and making a three, felt inevitable. Here's some of my first basket winnings. Oh, my God. Did you really take MPJ as a first basket? Hell yeah, I love that. As a thank you for all you guys do, Merry Christmas, DNVR. Merry Christmas to you, Sean. And by the way, hell of a bet. Hell of a bet
That's
to be
a
like,
smart
you know what?
bet.
Porter, first bucket.
Can you imagine how good that felt to watch? Having money on that for oh my God.
That's incredible.
I mean, it felt incredible just watching it.
It's so true. It's so true. A little 199 super chat says, this is a KCP appreciation chat. He is him from 3. I like it. He is him. What else we got? Mixer says, this is an RSD 100. No idea how much that is. Serbia loves Swipa. Love his passion.
Hey, love y'all. I can't wait to get there.
Havala. You got to say Havala.
Havala?
Havala. Yeah, thank you.
Love it. Havala.
Yeah, we're going to teach you the 6 words we know. Tyler says, All-Star AG, rock the vote. Rock the vote?
Rock the vote.
It's not going to happen, but we might as well rock the vote.
You know,
show out for him, though.
Wait a minute. Are you so convinced it's not going to happen?
I'm convinced, man.
Okay.
I'm so convinced you took your glasses off. Look at
Okay.
that. Look at that. This is why you wear props.
It's
Because then
true.
you can, he did the whole hold on a second.
I know.
Let's get real.
Yeah, Matt Peck from CHEO throws his hat all the time.
Yeah.
I start to do that more
It
often.
is a good one, but then you'll be hatless.
That's a great point.
Don't think you're going to go for that one. What else we have here? Astray says, considering we held them to 13 points less than last time, Some would say that's a Denver defense masterclass. Great win. Bring on the Suns. One caveat, because I'm with you. This was good defense tonight. One caveat, they did go, 9 of 30 or something from 3. Like, they were way off from 3. End of a road trip. But how much of that is good defense? Sometimes this is why I don't like when Michael Malone says, we have terrible 3-point defense. Like, yeah, you make it comfortable for the other team. I don't think it was comfortable for Portland tonight.
No, it wasn't.
Denver made it hard on them, and Portland went cold. Andrew says, what would Santa average in points in the play if he played with Jokic? I don't have a good joke for this one. You guys?
Says Santa?
Santa.
Oh.
I don't either.
3 cookies and a glass of milk.
I know. All of my Santa jokes are for children.
I feel like that was a setup that none of us knew what to do with.
It was, yeah.
We're all pump faking in the corner like Murray right now. All right, what else we got? Ryan says, would love this momentum carry through a fast, fun, full 48 effort from everyone Sunday night. Wipe the Suns out. Are you kidding me? An ass whooping?
Dude, don't even say it. Let's just watch it.
Here's the only thing I'll say. I want it to be a beatdown if Devin Booker's playing. I want it either way, but it will feel even better.
He's
if
not
Devin
missing
Booker's
Christmas,
playing.
man. He's not missing Christmas. He's playing, and he's going to try to go for 50.
We haven't seen Jamal Murray, Devin Booker in years.
Oh,
It's been so long.
oh, God damn it.
Come on, Murray. Come on, Murray. Legs. Drewby says, I got canes to eat during the game, but if I wanted chicken, I should just play basketball versus Nurk. You know what? I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. It's crazy.
You know what? Nurk slander is allowed on the DNVR Nuggets podcast.
It's encouraged.
It's encouraged for sure. You paid us for that. Alejandro says, interesting not seeing Braun in this one. Good to see Maul and MPJ getting back in rhythm. Maul ended the game well. Give us PHNX Nugs and 4. Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
We've been waiting
We
so
can't
long.
do-
I can't believe how much the fan base...
Can I caution against, we cannot go full,
Yeah, we can't. No.
especially against the Suns.
okay.
We got to
All right.
just temper it, would you please?
All
No,
right.
even if we wipe the floor with the Suns, we can't. I don't want to see any Nuggets in 4. We can't be
Yeah,
that. Dude.
please don't.
I'm going to talk some shit, though.
That was
Oh,
that
we're
was
talking-
peak Phoenix Suns. They peaked and then have dropped off considerably since that
They
point.
cursed themselves. We won't do that to ourselves.
Exactly. Let's learn from their mistakes.
Jeremy says, thought experiment. Do the Nuggets win by more tonight if Brown had played Bones' minutes? Wish there was a hybrid of the two. Good vibes from Brooklyn. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Bones
possible.
hit some shots tonight. He did. Here's the thing about Bones, though. Actually, let's hold up for a second. How many shots did Bones take tonight? Remember how he takes a lot of shots?
7?
5.
5.
2 of 5 tonight. I'm telling you, man, you start to put some of the better pieces around. Like he's playing with Murray tonight. He's playing with KCP. He's playing with MPJ. All of a sudden, he's not taking the 16 shots in 5 minutes like some people complain about. I honestly believe that a lot of the high volume of shot attempts have come from what else did you want? Mm-hmm. What else did you want? So, all right, here we go. Terrence says, best three game win streak of the year. Let's make it the best 4.
Easily.
You know what? That's true. This is the best 3 game win streak of the year. These
Play
are some
defense.
good ones.
They actually play some semblance of defense.
What was the first win?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. That's right.
Charlotte into Memphis.
Yeah,
into-
that was Jokic's monster game.
Dude, the Nuggets are on one right now.
The Nuggets are on one,
They're
baby.
rolling. They are rolling. Right
Tyler says, super sticker, Damian Lillard being swarmed by bees wearing KCP and Bruce Brown jerseys. I love it. That's a
Wow.
great one.
I
didn't know that sticker was in there.
I hate that we didn't get to actually see that, but the description makes it sound incredible.
It's so true, man. The Nuggets do have some momentum right now, and the schedule doesn't get easier. But I will say this. We talked all year about you get home, and you get to stay at home for a little bit of an extended stretch, which continues, by the way, into the Sunday's game. I do think that matters, but also Denver's playing against tougher competition. Swipa, what do you think is the bigger factor right now? Denver rising to the level of competition or just getting to be home for the same place for a week? For the first time, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a mix of both. I think they were so thoroughly embarrassed on their 3-game losing streak prior to this win streak that they realized that they had to make some serious internal changes.
I like that.
So I think that with the stiffer competition coming along, the decision-making had to increase. Their level of play had to increase. But on top of that, I think it's pretty simple. If you don't play up to your standards, you're going to get blown out by the Blazers, by Memphis, by the Suns, and then even by the Sacramento Kings.
Yep.
So I think they have raised their level of play because they have realized that they are the better team. And if they think they're the better team, they have to play like it on a game-by-game basis. So they've made that commitment so far.
Yeah, man. I think that they're just finding a groove. Like they're
Right.
But there was a lot of like, man, this team looks so tired. There was a lot of like, how long were they in Atlanta before the cave? There was like a lot of like, is LA Nightlife actually undefeated? But like they're playing tonight they played in the way that we just had dreamed that they would from the third quarter moving forward. The games before, we just saw Jokic just taking over the games in ways that was just like, this dude can do whatever he wants. Like, we don't necessarily want him to do that all the time, but he absolutely can. So I don't know. They're
29, 8, and
they're just learning. Like that's the greatest thing is that over the span of this win streak, they keep winning in different ways, and each way is as impressive as the way before, but just different. So.
I do feel like the next step for them is to start winning in the same way. And what I mean by that is you're right that they've kind of just felt like they've been in survival mode. Jokic has kind of taken it up a little bit. But it would be nice if tonight's blueprint is the blueprint we see for like a bunch of games in a row where it's
like, oh, it's Murray time. Oh, it's quarter time.
Yeah, quarter, Murray.
Jokic's going to take over.
Yeah.
Simple.
Wouldn't be that bad to see that going on. All right. You guys want to go around the association here while we wait for Superstar Dev? Oh, we got more super chats coming in. The people are still talking.
People are feeling
Astray
jolly.
again says,
Mary.
nope, we're going to go full on Nuggets and 4.
God
You
damn
tried.
it.
You tried. But
That's
no,
actually- that's
Alejandro
directly
says, I'm going to talk. Those Suns fans have earned it. Nuggets fans are ready, man. Nuggets fans are ready.
Listen, I just can't sanction it, but it's you do what you feel is right.
Fernando says, hi from Arizona, Eric. Thanks to Jokic, Bronco struggles, and you dudes for making me a Nuggets fan the last couple years. Let's go. Let's get this win on Sunday. I love it. Way to come through for me, Fernando.
This is so difficult. I'm so thankful for the $4, but God damn it, Fernando.
You didn't think we'd have anybody in Arizona, man?
Well, I said it loudly. I mean, that's what I thought. You know what? Whatever.
We probably have like 20 people in there from Arizona. All right, let's go a little around the association. Pull up the graphic, Kale.
Oh, let's feel it, dude.
Swipa earlier today was talking about the beautiful graphics that we have. Is this the one you were talking? Did you upgrade the graphic?
No, I think we downgraded it.
Didn't it used to just be a thin straight line?
No,
Now you
this
put
has always been it.
Oh, it's always been that? Huh, wow.
Around the association.
All right, here we go. Right now, the Memphis Grizzlies completely blown out the Phoenix Suns. You guys talked about that. This is going to drop the Suns, though, to 19 and 14. Look, everybody hits a rough patch. Nuggets hit a rough patch when they had COVID and everything else, but the Suns do appear to be struggling. And, I don't want to bury him because he's still a good player, but Chris Paul is, at some point, these old guys are going to start to slow down. He's having a slow down first third of the season.
Since the playoffs.
Yeah.
The moment he
Alvarado,
turned 37.
You think Alvarado?
Alvarado?
It'd be hilarious if Jose Alvarado zapped his power, just wore him down so much that it aged him a decade. And by the way, after the game when he's like, what's that guy's name or whatever, like pretending like he didn't know. You talk about vanity, right, Eric? You're talking about this like don't fly too close to the sun. You're right. He went there in the post-game show, turned full smug Chris Paul, and ever since then, power's zapped.
The basketball gods are always watching. They never stop watching.
They never stop
Just
watching.
pay attention. And please remember that when you're going across the internet and saying things. Just remember that.
The Hornets are currently up on the Lakers in LA, which is wild. I mean, who knows? The Hornets, there's plenty of time for them to blow this. It's 110-100, but if Lakers lose to the Hornets.
LeBron's not having a good game either.
He's not?
I mean, he shot the ball 16 times. He got 18, 2, and 5, so not great. Considering there's no one else on the team,
man,
not great.
He's in hell. Did you see his tweet the other day, by the way, you guys?
The 0, yeah, I saw it.
What was his tweet? It was so corny, man. He's the king of corny.
I think he's just talking to himself.
You think he's trying to hype himself up?
He has to. Anthony Davis is out for at least a month, so
like he's just doing a voice memo. And he's like, "Oh, God damn it, I tweeted that." No, whatever, whatever, it's fine.
Did you see it? Let me see the tweet. I got to read it. I'm going to make fun of LeBron. I'm sorry. I'm doing it. So I can see Swipa does not approve of me making fun of LeBron.
Well, no. Look. I think I'm not a Laker guy, but I think he's in a perilous situation. I just,
Of course he is.
Oh, you mean one that he chose
Is that
for
the
himself?
one that he created?
That's
Did you
terrible.
not know how that organization was ran?
But it's not like he can think about it. Anthony Davis was playing at an all-time level for himself before he had a stress injury in his foot. And it's just he's just kind of out by himself.
That's so weird. Anthony Davis is not proven to be able to stay on the court. Durable. That's crazy.
Here's LeBron. He tweets this yesterday. Fate whispers to the warrior. So we're already off to a good start here. Fate whispers to the warrior. You cannot survive the storm. The warrior whispers back, I am the storm.
Can you imagine?
Who's he talking to
Is this a
himself?
quote from a book?
It's probably from a book, but also like the warrior. I am the storm. He whispers it back.
That's it's actually.
I am the storm.
You're right, not that powerful at all. Really strange. All right, let's go back to around the association. The Magic are on a roll, you guys. They
God
beat
damn
this.
it.
The Magic are somehow taking themselves out of the Wemby sweepstakes, thanks to one other.
Oh,
none other than
Bol wants no part of Wemby in his world.
That's
dude.
so true. They're like, we have Wemby at home.
What's the score of the game?
They won 133 to 113. He had Bol, by the way, 14 points, 2 rebounds on 6 of 8
that dude,
shooting.
Paulo Banchero, is the truth, though.
Yeah, he is the truth, though. He only had 18 tonight, though, but he is. I do like his game quite a bit.
You know, since Markel Fultz came back in the lineup, they have been balling.
Yeah?
Yeah, they've been really good since Markel came back. They've got some playmaking now. The young Peaches are playing really well. It's a really solid team. Wendell Carter Jr. is not even back yet. Franz Wagner, they have a really, really,
I know, they
really
do have a
great
team
front
I
court.
like a lot. Franz Wagner tonight was a plus 36, which is 20 points better than everybody else on the team.
Yeah, he's
So
like that.
He's like that. He was on the court tonight. They were winning. The 76ers beat the Clippers. Embiid had 44. Embiid's been going off.
Yeah, he has.
You
He's been
have
great all
to
year.
admit, he's pushing his way back into the MVP conversation.
Says who?
Says me. We're being fair here. The Clippers lose. The Hawks win 130 to 105. Nothing too exciting over there. Bojan Bogdanovic, by the way. Are we Bojan fans?
Yeah,
I like him.
nice guy. Nice player.
I like anyone whose name ends in itch.
Really? Every single person? The Celtics win 121-109 over the Timberwolves. Timberwolves had a little bit of a hot moment going on there. The Celtics had a little bit of a struggle going on. By the way, they came back in this game. They were down. They ended up storming back and then taking over.
You know, they've had the worst offense in December, basically, in the NBA.
How crazy is that? This is why we should never make proclamations about anything in the
Dude, this
NBA in November.
Right.
They were when they played against the Nuggets, they couldn't miss anything.
Nothing.
It was like
Well, that was them for a whole month.
I know, but that's like the most unsustainable way to play NBA basketball. It's
I
just
love
like-
both guys. You know, you guys know I love Zach Lowe. He had a show with Brian Scalabrine about 3 weeks ago. And Scal, who I love Scal.
Yeah.
I love Scal.
But we
And
know what time it is.
He said, I think the Celtics are actually going to get better on offense going forward. And it was
Right.
at that exact moment that they fell off a cliff offensively. So, again, hubris, right, Eric? The basketball god's always watching. Nets win 118 to 100.
Everyone in the comments has pointed out that Nurk's name ends in itch as well.
Ooh.
So there's one exception to my itch rule.
Oh, my goodness. Where the hell is Dev at? Dev is not responsive to my my messages
Are we
at the moment.
positive Dev went to the
Yes,
game?
we know.
The Nets have won 8 straight games.
Uh,
They're
What do we-
21 and 12.
Let's talk about that. What do we make of this? The Bucks
They
are a good
very
team.
Kevin Durant is playing out of his mind. He has like a 67% true shooting on 30 points a game. The highest true shooting on 30 points or more ever in NBA history.
God
Eric,
damn
how
it.
do we feel about the Nets wrecking the East?
So here's the thing about the Nets is that like last year I wanted nothing but death and destruction to come upon them because they were one of these like made in a lab teams where all of the superstars got together and they chose their own location, but then they like had great tragedy befall them. Like they became laughing stock. So they're actually like kind of underdogs as a front running team. I don't know how this happened. So I don't hate them. I don't know. Like I'm kind of okay with it. in
They
a
got
weird
beat
way.
down so bad that you're kind of back.
Yeah,
I kind
like-
of feel that way too. I don't really care about them anymore.
Yeah. Like I felt like they were a front before the basketball gods, but
They
were
did.
punished in such a swift and thorough manner.
They did get their coach fired, but right move. They got him fired. Got a new coach in there,
damn
John
it.
Vaughn, on a
Yeah,
roll.
he's
So
been good this year.
one of those, maybe they knew what they were talking about. Pushing out old Steve Nash, who didn't want to be there to begin with. The Raptors beat the Cavs. I'm going to run through these while Dev's ready for us, but I'm going to run through these real quick. Raptors beat the Cavs, which is a little bit surprising. The Cavs have been good. The Raptors have been terrible. The Bulls get a win on a heroic bucket from, was it DeRozan?
It was
3
DeRozan.
seconds left. That guy just hits game winners. He is in the conversation for the Jerry West Award.
Oh, the Clutch
Clutch
player.
Award. The Clutch Award. You haven't started debating this one yet, Swipa? The Clutch Award? I can't wait. It's going to be him and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And by the way, Tyrese Halliburton, speaking of game winners, Tyrese Halliburton tonight goes for 43 points, seven assists, and a game-winning 3. Unbelievable buzzer beater from him to beat the Heat, who turned... Guys, the Heat are below 500.
Yeah, they're
16
struggling.
and 17, you guys.
They are I don't know.
You guys want the stat line of the night? Luka Doncic tonight in a win over the Rockets goes for 50 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists.
Jesus.
50-point triple-double, almost triple-double, only 8 rebounds.
Oh, they have 500 now, or one game above 500?
17 and 16, so they're above. The Pelicans get 128-115 win over the Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, speaking of stat lines, 44, 10, and 6 from him.
Sheesh.
And then last but not least, the Wizards, 125-111 over the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
The Kings lose, man. The Kings are 17 and 14. I feel like the Kings are on the cusp of being great.
They keep having these like little runs where everyone's like, oh, look at the Kings. And then they just fall apart.
The Kings their next opponent, the Denver Nuggets. So they get a
about
really
to
long
fall
extended
the fuck
break
apart.
here.
And Jokic Light is right coming up.
Yep. So there you go. Domantas Sabonis, 20 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists. Great line for him, but in a losing effort. All right, let's bring in Superstar Dev live from the arena. Looking away from us. Oh, turn it around. Oh,
wow.
Stunt on him, Dev.
Wow.
Stunt on him.
Hollywood.
A full entrance.
Look at Swipa. Looking great.
What up, bro? What up, Superstar?
Sunglasses indoors. You guys, he's pulling the prime. The
Those
prime move. Those are sunglasses. Dev, give us your quick rundown of the game before you get to the notes. Just what you have a takeaway for us about this one?
Yeah, complete game from start to finish. They're like starting to get it together on the defensive end, and that's leading to them just being in control the entire time. So second game in a row that we've seen it. They're on the streak. Things look good.
And first of all, also shout out to Dev. You guys know the pressure. You go to the arena, you got to do your whole setup. This is your first time at the arena tonight. Look at this setup.
I mean,
look at this setup. You got the streaks.
If I, as the creative director of this network, could pick it apart a little too much headspace. A little too much headspace.
Oh, my God. Listen to this man. Just complains about everything, Dev.
Oh, Dev, I'm miserable tonight.
He's like an in-law.
It's tough here too. Like the setup is actually tough. There's like not many places in here that are taller than me. You know, Adam.
I know how it is, man. You got to get that angle, dude. All right, take us. Who did you talk to today in the post game?
So we got to talk to Jamal. Jamal and MPJ is the two people that we talked to. First up, Jamal. It was a big Jamal game. He played really well. He said that he felt that he did enough to get a win. Felt like when he's out there, he's trying to make guys better. And he said that was with the second group and the first group. I think that was his best time as a stagger. I think that was his best game offensively with that second group. And the key for that is because he said with those groups, he does not care who it is, but he feels like he has to be more aggressive when he's with that other group. It makes it tough for guys like him and Bones, who has to try to score. But on the other side, there's the defense that comes into play with playing with the DeAndre Jordan and Jeff Green and other guys like that. So he did talk about that. He did talk about, you guys having bad games. He said that everyone else is talking about when he has a bad game. That guy was disrespectful. He said that right here, you're going to keep going. That is crazy. He said that we noticed, pointed to media, we noticed when he has a bad game and everyone is down on him. And he said he's accepted that sometimes he's going to have back games, sometimes he's not, and he's just trying to work himself back into things, especially coming off of that injury. But he feels like the defense is starting to get better, so that's just kind of helping. He said that the big thing with the defense is that they're starting to communicate a little bit better. He said that they've been doing a lot better with that, and that's been leading to the wins. Said that they're starting to get on the same page, and when they're on the same page, it's easier to score. So that was like a key emphasis from there. He also went on to talk about playing on Christmas. He was kind of upset about them not being able to play on Christmas last year, but he said he enjoys being there. He said he loves the TV games. That makes sense with Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
But he said he doesn't worry too much about it. It's a win-win for him. If they don't play, he gets to spend more time with his family. But if they do play, of course, he's going to show up on national television.
So would you say you expect a big Murray game on Sunday?
Oh, gosh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, he even openly said it, like he wants to play on national television games. It's also the last game of the night. So it's the finale. It's the finale.
I love it.
They went to go talk about him playing 39 minutes in the game. He didn't even know. He was pretty shocked when it got brought up to him. Blackburn was the one that initiated that. He said he didn't know. He said he's on a different time and pace from everyone else, and that's been the biggest difference. He said that he started with 16-minute time frame, and he was super sore. Today he played 40, and he feels good. He did say that for some reason he got tired in the second half, but he said that he pushed back to it, and he just can't wait to get back together. And then he gave the best quote of the night for him.
Oh.
He said that Denver wants to be a finals team, a team that's going to win the championship. They're number one in the West right now, and he wants to hold them to a higher standard. He said that he understands that they have a monkey on their back, and he doesn't want them to get complacent. So Denver's going to keep winning.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
I want that talk from them. They've been slow to talk about it, so I'm kind of glad that they're mentioning it, you know?
Yeah.
It's weird to me when teams are like, this is not championship or bust. Like, shut up, man. Come on. What are we doing here if you're not going to be here all in? So I like it. I like it that they're ready to talk like that. I like it.
Then we talked to MPJ, and it took a very, very long time. He wanted to wait until he got done with his smoothie.
Yeah.
Shades of Vogt.
He actually was drinking a smoothie, and he waited until he was done. But he came out and gave us a couple of bangers. It's the first time that we've seen him in a very long time.
Yeah.
We started talking about first off, we talked about Christmas, and then just kind of bounced around to a lot of other things. But he said that his dad. So they had something on the screen that said that his DJ name would have been DJ Moon. So then it was like, why would your name be DJ Moon? He said that was his nickname from his dad growing up. He was like, well, why? He had no answer. He said that's what his dad called him. He said, but his dad was a rapper growing up, and that's how they made money as a family, was him traveling internationally. And he said that he went with them, and he could vividly remember him going to Jamaica with his dad and going through and traveling for that. That was a little crazy to me.
This all came up in the post game of a basketball game?
Yeah, that's what came up.
Are we positive he was drinking his smoothie?
He was hammered. Wow, all right.
Back to the basketball portion of it.
DJ Moon.
He said he felt really good to be out there, and he was very excited to get the win. He said that there was the right energy and mentality, and the team got out in transition, and it was the defense that stood out to him. That was the emphasis from Malone, Jamal Murray, and also Michael Porter Jr. was the defense. He said he's playing really really great. He said that he was nervous going into it, and it was more so because of the shape that he would be into. He said he didn't think that he was going to be in shape, but once he got out there and started running, he started to feel a lot better. He also said that that the contesting there, because the question came up about the length on defense. He said that he started to notice how other guys are defending him. He doesn't really see length, but he said guys like Jeremy Grant is what stood out to him because he could see them when they're trying to contest, so he needs to start doing that himself. And that was a pretty big
I like that.
Just so that he can be on that side of the floor. He went on to talk about his injury. He said it's very tough to describe his injury. He did say that it was you would know what the word is. I did not know. Plantar
Fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis, yeah.
Peyton Manning taught us all that in 2015.
I've got plantar fasciitis. Me, DJ Moon, Eric.
Yep. So he said it was right under his foot. So right on the bottom of his foot, it was just a weird feeling. And he said it was because he wasn't wearing that big crazy brace that we're used to him wearing. But he said that he now feels like that he has it figured out. So maybe we could get rid of that and put that behind him. We just want to see him playing a lot better, a lot more, and just feeling healthy.
Did he have any did he say there was any pain tonight?
Nope, we did not talk about pain. He said that he felt really good today.
Okay.
Then he talked about just feeling blessed about being in the starting five. He said that Denver is so deep that you could throw anybody in there. He called out Christian Braun stepping into that role. He talked a lot about Vlatko being a guy that's really good but is not in the rotation, and also Ish Smith. Through his rehab, he's got to see how good Ish Smith is when they're playing 3-on-3 and things like that. And you got to see how deep this team really is. So he said that he's just truly blessed for that. And then just to finish it off on playing on Christmas, he said you could thank Nikola for that, for playing on Christmas. He said that it's a win-win for him as well. They would love to be with their family, but it's an honor to play on Christmas. So I expect a big MPJ game on Christmas as well.
That one I don't. Mikal Bridges is like one guy that has guarded him extremely well.
He played well against him in the 2020-21 season, though.
You think?
Yeah, he did. He had a couple good games. Could that It was in Phoenix as well, but we'll have to see. You know, he's going to guard up on him.
Yeah,
see.
we'll have to see. Any final thoughts, Dev?
No, man. Just looking at the screen, Swipa looks so much better than you guys. It's so wild. Like,
Dev, you're a jerk.
Eric, I thought that you was like upset about how your co-hosts were like dressing and things.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
right.
And you
Nothing's-
look like that. How do you look like relaxed, though?
I like
you cut
I
Dev's
am
mic?
relaxed. Are you kidding? I'm always relaxed.
Dev's not telling you about basketball anymore. Take him off the screen.
Yeah. Dev, go home. Merry Christmas. Get out of here. We'll see you Sunday. Get him out there.
Sucks.
Hit that outro music there, Kale. Get us going here. Swipa, it has been fun having you in the house, though, man.
Great game. It's a lot of fun, man. Thanks for the invite. This has been great. I love DNVR. I love what y'all do.
First time in the Winners Lounge?
Yeah, first
Hopefully
time.
not the last time.
Will
Dude,
not
the-
be.
And also, 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
The NCU is strong. The Nuggets connected universe grows stronger by the day. We love everybody that's a part of it, except for that guy from Arizona.
Yeah. He's not part of the NCU.
The one exception.
He's the one guy just because he proved your stupid theory wrong.
My
Proved him
asinine-
wrong. Your asinine take. Guys, that does it for today. We're going to go enjoy Christmas, man. Christmas Eve. Tell me real quick. Is Christmas or Christmas Eve bigger in your guys' households?
Christmas.
Christmas Day?
Yeah, Christmas Day.
Yeah. Well, Christmas Eve is like where all the fun happens, but Christmas Day is the presents. So it really depends on how materialistic you are.
Yeah.
Right.
The presents, huh? You have a lot of presents on Christmas?
I
I don't expect any
as
presents.
the adults have all like realized that nobody gets what they want anyway. So we've gone into a white elephant situation for the adults.
Yeah, like a gag gift then?
No, just you have to buy like a real gift, but you just buy one gift and
Okay.
for just a person, a nondescript person. You have to be thoughtful about it at all, and then you have to buy like gifts for the kids. But you know.
Yeah, for the kids, of course.
Right, of
I'm
course.
telling you, Christmas is so much more fun with family. I love it even more. I've said this before, but the holidays as a kid were great, but as an adult, it's even better because I get to like live it through my kids' eyes, which is
And then
so great.
leave them on Christmas to go
And
watch
then
the-
abandon them to come watch the Nuggets with you, fellas.
with the fella.
Everybody, I hope you guys have a great Christmas Eve and Christmas, and we're going to see you back here Sunday night as the nightcap to your Christmas as we watch together as the Nuggets take on the Phoenix Suns. Give us a like on the way out. We'll see you guys Sunday.